Episode 9, Biafra Today, the Struggle That Still Breathes. Story title, The War That Never Fully Ended. Decades later, the name still echoes. The war ended in 1970. The guns were buried, the maps redrawn, the flag folded away. But Biafra never truly died. It lives in conversations whispered behind doors, in prayers, in protest chants, and in the hearts of a new generation who were never there, but feel the consequences every day. Why does Biafra still matter? For many in Nigeria, especially in the southeast, the war never received closure. No official apology, no real national reckoning, no space to grieve, to heal, or to speak. So today, Biafra has transformed from a place into a movement. The rise of new movements. In the early 2000s, the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, MASUP, emerged. It was nonviolent, symbolic, and rooted in cultural revival. But it didn't stop there. By the 2010s, a louder, more confrontational group came forward. The Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, led by Nnamdi Kanu. Through radio broadcasts, online platforms, and street protests, IPOB brought Biafra back into Nigeria's national debate, loudly. To some, IPOB are freedom fighters. To others, they are separatists fanning the flames of another war. To the government, they are a threat. The government's response, silence and force. IPOB was declared a terrorist organization by the Nigerian government in 2017. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested multiple times. IPOB meetings were raided. Protests turned violent. Social media was restricted. But the more the movement was suppressed, the louder it became. This was not just about secession. It was about injustice, inequality, and memory. Modern Nigeria, same struggles, new voices today. Many Nigerians, not just Igbos, are asking, why does the East still lack basic infrastructure? Why do some ethnic groups feel like second-class citizens? Why are people still disappearing for speaking their minds? The story of Biafra speaks not only to the past, but to a country still searching for fairness. Movements like Hack End SARS showed that a new generation is rising, and they're not just fighting for one region. They're fighting for a Nigeria that works for everyone. Diaspora and Digital Biafra. From London to Texas, young Nigerians in the diaspora are rediscovering Biafra. Through podcasts, through music, through digital activism. They may not want a breakaway republic, but they want the truth, and they want change. Some wave the Biafran flag not to divide, but to remind Nigeria of what was never resolved. The risk of silence. The Nigerian state has often responded with fear, arresting activists, censoring conversations, and avoiding open dialogue. But silence is a dangerous strategy. When people cannot speak, they shout. When they are ignored, they act. The Biafra story is proof. Ignoring pain doesn't erase it. It delays its return. The future of Biafra, what lies ahead? Will Biafra rise again as a nation, or will it remain a dream, a symbol of what Nigeria could be if justice prevailed? No one knows. But what is clear is this. As long as inequality exists, as long as voices are silenced, the spirit of Biafra will breathe. Not because people want war, but because they want dignity. Final reflection. A nation at a crossroads. The Biafra War was not just a moment in history. It was a mirror, and it still reflects who Nigeria is. This final episode is not a conclusion. It is an invitation to remember, to ask hard questions, and to build a country where no child ever starves in silence again. Because only by confronting our past can we hope for a future worth living in. End of series, Biafra, a story of fire and silence. From the rise of a republic to the ashes of its defeat, from famine and exile to memory and protest, this was more than a war. It was a lesson, and it is still being written.